name's Lee and welcome to today's video where we're going to aim to wake our bodies up a little bit, warm them up and prepare them for whatever we want to do with them next. The first thing I'd like to do is just to take a few minutes to focus on our breathing. Quite an important part of the day, breathing. It's something that we wouldn't last long without. So there's lots of different ways that we can go about breathing, and there's all sorts of information out there that you can research that will tell you to do it this way and that. I've done quite a lot of research into breathing now, and the general consensus seems to be that by far the best method of breathing is through the nose. Obviously we've got the option to take in air through our mouth, but that's really not what it's there for. The nose is kind of a dedicated thing specifically for that job. It's got all kind of filtration systems and heating elements in it that help to process the air before it enters our body so that we can make the best use of it. So that's something I'd like you to try and focus on today, is just to, wherever possible, to breathe through your nose. So if we can find ourselves in a comfortable seated position, that doesn't have to be cross-legged, you can have your legs out in front, maybe try putting the soles of your feet together. Whatever feels comfortable for you. There really isn't a right or a wrong way of doing this. I find it quite comfortable to sit cross-legged. I find it quite balanced. If for any reason you struggle to sort of sit up straight, the main aim of this is to sit on the floor, really. We don't want to be sat in a chair if we can help it. You could be now up, propped up on a block. What we're aiming for is to keep our spines nice and straight. I found in the beginning when I started practicing yoga that one of these blocks was really useful to just tuck in behind me and sort of sit on the edge of it and then just roll off, and it just helps to promote a nice sort of comfortable upright position and offer a little bit of support without actually elevating you. So if you find that helpful, give it a go. I just want you to settle down for a second, get comfortable, and we're just going to focus on our breathing. So I'm going to have to breathe through my mouth because I'm going to be talking to you and talking you through this, but I would like you to try and keep your mouth closed. Don't be clenching your jaw, just have it nice and relaxed, but keep your lips together, and if you can park your tongue kind of in the top of your mouth, and keep your neck nice and straight, your head back in line with your spine, and just soften your gaze or close your eyes preferably, and just try and turn inwards a little bit, and just give yourself permission and the time just to focus on your breathing for a few minutes, and take a nice deep breath in through your nose and then all the way out through your nose as well. Try and settle into a little bit of a rhythm. You can count the in-breath and the out-breath if that helps. What we're aiming to do is equalise those. So we want to breathe in, maybe for a count of 3 or 4, whatever's comfortable. And we're going to pause, and then we're going to breathe out again for an equal count. And then pause again. We want to aim to be breathing with our diaphragm, which is a muscle that sits just above our belly, and that is our main breathing muscle. So it's important to try and engage it. It's easy to breathe shallow into the chest. So if you put a hand on your belly, just below your rib cage, and then your other hand on your chest, and just as you're focusing on that in-breath, try and push it down deep into the body to move the hand that's resting on your belly. We're not looking to apply any pressure here, just to rest it there and try and focus the breath towards that part of the body. And breathe gently into that hand. Breathing in and breathing out. Once you've managed to balance your breathing, you can gently blink your eyes open again, come back to the space that you're in, and hopefully you feel a little bit more balanced and connected now with your body. So let's take a little bit of time to wake our bodies up a little bit. If you'd like to bring yourself to a standing position, we start with our feet beneath our hips, legs nice and straight, and roll our shoulders up, back and down. Have our arms nice and straight. Really try and connect with your feet now and focus on the balls of your big toes, the balls of your little toes and your heels, and try and equalise your weight between those 3 points. This will give us a nice grounding and hopefully a nice connection to the ground and make us feel quite balanced and stable. Take a nice deep breath in and out again. The next thing I want to do is to wake our bodies up a little bit with some gentle movement and actually some gentle tapping. So we're going to start by rubbing our hands together. So bring your palms together, give them a rub. We're going to generate a little bit of energy, a little bit of heat, warm our hands up, starts to warm our arms up and our bodies in general. And then I want you to start with the back of one hand and just gently start to tap. You can use just your fingers, your palm. You can roll your fingers over and use a gentle, sort of like softly closed fist, whatever feels more comfortable. And just work your way up the outside of this arm, focus a little bit around the fleshy part of the elbow, all the way up to the shoulder, up to your neck, and then work your way back down, turn your arm out, and walk back down the inside of your arm again, focus a little bit of tension around this fleshy part of the elbow. Down your forearm, give yourself a bit of a clap. Now work your way up the other arm. Again, focus on the tension around the elbow on this fleshy part. All the way up to your shoulder, across to your neck, and then back down the inside of that arm. Give yourself a clap. And then we're going to focus our attention now on our chest, so just gently start to pat the top of your chest around your collarbones. You might find it's easier to take the opposite hand across and do this one at a time. Depends how flexible you are in your shoulders and your elbows. We're going to work our way down, focus on attention around our bellies. Wake up our liver and our spleen and our stomach. Around the sides a little bit, work on your hips. Then we can work down the outside of our legs. Bend your knees so you can get all the way to the bottom. Focus some energy around your ankles, inside and out. Quite a lot of nerves and tendons and veins and arteries and lymph system is rooted around our ankles, so spend some time there. Down the inside of the feet, like we were crossing the hands over to do the toes, the outside of the feet. Then come back across and work our way up the outside of our legs, around the back to our butt, up our back a little bit as far as we can reach. Come back down the front of our legs. A bit more time around the ankles, and up the inside of our legs, front of the hips, belly, work our way back up to our chest. Then we want to reach round the back of our shoulder blades, come up the neck a little bit, and back down, swap over to the other side, reach around as far as we can, up the neck a little bit. Then we can take both hands, just start on the outside of our jaws, just gently does it around the face, maybe just use the fingertips, work around your jaw, around the bottom of your ears. Again, there's a lot of stuff going on in here that's worth waking up. You can feel quite tight and congested under our jawline, so maybe just use the backs of the fingers along the jawline. Work away up our face, just tapping our cheeks and our cheekbones. Gently around the temples, across the forehead, across the top of the head, back and down the side, back down our necks to our shoulders again. Finish off on the chest, just right in the middle there. You can even use a closed fist, just gently does it. Roll your shoulders back, shake your arms and your legs out a little bit. And hopefully you'll feel a little bit more connected and engaged with your body now. What that's done is it's just given us a good reason to wake up really, and everything's been moving, we've been in touch with our whole body, and hopefully we've taken a little bit of time to just get to know ourselves a little bit better and focus on how we're feeling. Now I just want you to stand with your feet together, and we're going to focus the energy into one leg. I'm going to go from my right first. It's entirely up to you where you start, but ground down into that foot. We're going to reach our hands up above our head, take a deep breath in, and then whichever foot you're grounding into, grab hold of that wrist with the opposite, push down into that foot, and then just gently bend over to the side, pull in that arm, trying to look up under your armpit, so we're leaning back a little bit, we're not craning forwards, trying to keep our back nice and straight. Take a breath in, stretch up tall, swap hands, ground down into the opposite foot, and then pull yourself over to the opposite side. Take a breath in and out. Breathe back into the top. Take your arms down by your side, bend the legs at the knees, and just drop down into a forward fold. Feel a little bit of rotation in your hips here perhaps. You can rest your hands on the floor if you feel comfortable, or you can hold on to your opposite elbows. And we're just going to hang out here for a second, maybe rocking gently from side to side just to get our spine moving. Again, just waking the body up a little bit, but being nice and gentle with it. Straighten your legs, bring your hands to your shins and look forward. Push your shoulders down. Take a breath in and then fold forward as you breathe out. Again, bend your knees if you need to get to the floor. And we're just going to take our arms nice and wide, reach up tall, big stretch above the head. Bring our hands back down to our heart space. Bow the head. Just take a breath in and a breath out. Shake everything out again. Maybe take a gentle swing from side to side, maybe rocking up onto one foot, starting to roll into your ankles a little bit. Let your arms hang nice and loose to sort of lubricate your joints. So we're just going to get everything moving. Gentle twist in the spine. Just gets the whole body to wake up a little bit. Come back to stillness, and I'm just going to gently roll down. Keep your legs as straight as you can, stretch out your hamstrings a little bit. If you need to, bend your legs, bring your hands to the floor, support yourself on the way down. Just come down to a seated position. Our legs out in front. Then we're just going to gently roll down. using our core, engaging those stomach muscles. Gently roll down, and when you get there, just hug one knee in at a time, stretch the opposite leg out, and then swap over, push that bottom leg away, pull the top leg in and bend the knee into the chest. Then pull in the other knee, give yourself a big hug. Put your feet back to the floor. Take your feet out just beyond shoulders width apart and your hands out level with your shoulders, and we're just going to let the legs roll out, let the knees drop to one side. Take a breath in and a breath out. Breath back into the middle and out to the other side. Breath in and out, and a breath back into the middle. Bring our knees together again on our feet. Give ourselves a big hug. Maybe circle a little bit or rock as it feels comfortable. If you're rolling in one direction, then go back in the other direction a little bit. Then maybe we can hug our legs in and roll back up to our seated position. Come back to a comfortable seat. Root down through your sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. Just relax your wrists onto your thighs. Let your hands relax into a nice comfortable shape. Maybe take your index finger and thumbs together. Close your eyes. Take a couple of breaths here. Just reconnect with your body again. Checking in, seeing how you're feeling. And take your arms out nice and wide. Stretch up overhead. Bring your palms together. Back down to your heart space. Lower your head. Namaste. When you're ready, you can gently blink your eyes open again. Thanks very much for practicing with me today. Hopefully that's made you feel a little bit better in your body. I look forward to seeing you again soon.